Hey everyone, welcome to the garden that is Send Us Flowers, where we only curate the best vibes. And today, to help me to curate those vibes, is Susie Plascencia. And you're epic. You do so much. I mean, I have her glass to smoke from, new glass. It's a new drop that drops today. Today's Valentine's Day, by the way. So happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Yeah, I'm sending you so many flowers. We have literally her flowers on the table right now. And so we're going to smoke her flowers, Susie's flowers, from her glass.
I love that, right? And it's all just supporting Latinos in the industry, both brands. So I'm just so thrilled that you're going to be able to enjoy both at the same time.
Yes. And so today we are going to be talking about a few things. And I want to talk about, your glass line, MOTA. I want to talk about Humo, your flower line. But I also want to get a little bit deeper and talk about, your experience in building these brands and what it's been like, holding true to your identity as a Latina in cannabis while also having to navigate, code switching and what the minefield of cannabis is in general, let alone, being a Latina woman in cannabis. And so today, I always love to start by seeing who you're sending flowers to, especially because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, how many flowers do we have to send? Because I would love to send flowers to hella people.
I mean, I can sit back and
I know, the whole podcast is just going to be who I'm going to send flowers to.
3 hours later.
Right, just still sending flowers. Well, I want to start off with, shouting out my significant other. Shout out to Bobby. He gets the first flowers. He's also the co-founder of MOTA Glass, but we've been together for several years now and have an amazing date planned tonight. So sending flowers to him.
Yay. I love that.
Also, my compañeros over at Possible Project and Humo, all my team members over there, shout out to them, sending them flowers as well. We've all been putting in so much work, and it's like one of those things where I know that I'm feeling overworked. I know that they're feeling overworked,
right?
But all of us love what we do and have this mission that we're on. And I know that we're going to get to a place where we're just going to be just where we need to be. We're just putting in that work right now, you know? So sending flowers to everybody for sure.
I love that. And so you mentioned your partner is your significant other.
Yeah.
What is that like? How do you navigate that and, manage this relationship together, but also a business partnership?
Yeah. It is something that takes a lot of patience. It's not straight up, right? It's not like you're just, with your significant other and you turn into business and then it's fine. Like, you have to be really organized. I think that I'm really blessed in the fact that my partner, he comes from a military background. He was in the Air Force, but he also has an MBA and a finance degree. So he just is very organized and really very focused on SOPs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm more of a creative. I'm a writer. I'm a visionary, that kind of way. So I think that we work together in that kind of way. Also, because I've been to college and I have done the kind of corporate world, I have that structure as well. So I think that when you have structure, you can work with others, I think, a little easier. And I think that one of the ways that we've been able to work is having specific work time and having specific play time, right? Yeah. And trying to not mix them. But also, there are also times like this past weekend where we just went out to go walk our dog Taco. And we ended up just kind of smoking, walking by the beach, and then it turned into a brainstorm for one of our businesses. And, we're riffing, we're doing this, and it can go here, and it can go that. And then we were just like, wow. And at the end of us hanging out, we had a strategy that we can actually, put into play.
Right.
So I think that can be, part of the beauty of working with a partner. You just have to really, really be I think in sync, and I think being aligned and having open communication is so key, but I'm really blessed that I can work with a partner because I know that, it's not like that for a lot of folks.
Yeah, but it sounds like that you have infrastructure for your relationship, which is, I know that sounds so dorky, but a lot of times love does need a system. And I think that that's really beautiful that you can do that together and bring such a cool product to life. Like, how unique of an experience. And I mean, what you've done with this just for the community at large, I think is so important. You spoke a lot about identity in a past podcast and navigating that and staying true to yourself. And I'm curious, how have you been able to stay true to yourself through this journey? What keeps you grounded? What brings you home?
It's been really difficult to basically navigate this process. Early on it was, and now I've been able to be more comfortable with it, but early on I struggled because coming from a corporate world, coming from like an education world, I was very much feeling like I had to be this polished person because of, you know, what corporate tells you.
Of course.
And then you join cannabis and then you need to be approachable and you need to, you know, be friendly and like cannabis friendly as well. And so I had a lot of identity issues early on in my career, my cannabis career specifically, because I was professional. I have those SOPs, you know, I'm an SOP queen, like, let's go. But also I smoke a lot of weed and I love smoking and I smoke a lot of weed. I think there are people who smoke weed and there are people who smoke weed. And I was kind of more of the latter, you know? So that's where I felt like the disconnect between a lot of other, you know, corporate, you know, colleagues is that maybe they smoked like, you know, once in a blue moon or something. Yeah. Like, no, I was out here smoking. And you know what I mean? You're one of those smokers as well. And I think that I was like, that's not my identity. Like, where are my people? Like, you know, people who smoke as much as me but are professional and educated. Like, where are we? And then, boom, I found a lot of us in the cannabis industry, a lot of really amazing leaders, smart business people, but also smoke hella dank. So I think that finding community in this industry helped me find myself more.
And you have led the charge in community organizing. I mean, there have been different, you know, issues that have popped up over the past years, even from when I first started talking to you and meeting you. You know, you were like, the way people are doing business, I don't agree with it, and something else needs to happen. And you went and did that. And so that's the biggest thing. I mean, you were like, not only do I need to find my people, I need to bring us together. And so what was it like in those early days of, you know, building that community and organizing people and bringing people together?
It was really scary. A lot of fear. And I think that people don't see that. It wasn't easy it's never easy to do advocacy, but when you are doing community work that may piss off other people, like, that is really scary for any entrepreneur, any consultant, anyone trying to work anywhere, right? You're gonna speak truth to power. That anybody should be scared of that. So early on, I had that a little bit of fear, but what led me to continue on to the path is knowing that I was serving a community, and that there were other people that felt the way I did. And when you have that guiding you, you can never go wrong. And so, and I know because it wasn't for me. I wasn't doing these things for me and because of what I want to do. I was doing it because there were a lot of people like me who didn't have the voice, who didn't have the know-how. Right. But here I am with a PR expert, a writing, expert. I can tell that story. So I did those things out of a responsibility to do it, not because of like, hey, let's just do something. I got some time this afternoon. Let's see about some community advocacy. It wasn't so much that. It was a calling. It was, it felt like there was a mission to be completed, and it was put onto me, and I felt that responsibility to get it done.
Right. And so, you know, now, so many years later, I feel that you've built this bridge, and in cannabis, it's a beautiful plant. It brings people together, you know, for friendships, for business partnerships, for romantic relationships. And I'm curious, you talk, you know, I know you sent flowers to people earlier, but I've heard you mention also in past podcasts people who really, you know, helped you get to where you are today. And I'm curious, what has that friendship been like? And, you know, what's it been like to have people really support you in your mission?
It's always just amazing, because I think when you launch a business, that's when you really can truly find who your friends are.
It's hard.
Because you can launch a business and total strangers support you, but your friend that's supposed to be writing for you just never shares your stuff, never acknowledges that you have a business, you have a launch party, they don't show up. I think that's what launching, if you want to know who your true friends are, launch a business. That's how you will find out who is truly writing for you, who truly wants you to win. And I think that when I launched my first business, you know, when MOTA Glass first started, that's when a lot of, you know, acquaintances became true friends. Because not only did they support, they were like, let's go. I want to help. Like, and like, you don't have to help someone by buying a bunch of product. You don't have to help by like, oh, I'm going to do free work with you or for you. You can support by sharing or by advocating. It's free $99. So I had a good friend of mine who talked about me. She talked about me in circles, in rooms. And that makes a huge difference.
Yes.
Costs $0.
I just got chills.
I do that a lot to others. So I make sure that, you know, if there's a room where I know that I can talk about someone who'll make a difference, that's who I'm talking about, you know? And I'm grateful that I've had people in my life do the same for me. And a lot of the Humo happening is because a good friend of mine talked about me because of MOTA Glass. Was in the room with some powerful people. And this powerful person happened to know the possible project. And that's when they were like, oh, we need to talk to her. And then I got a meeting, and I thought they wanted to collab with MOTA Glass. And I'm thinking, okay, like there's a big farm up in the bay that wants to talk to us. Like, let's go. And then one thing led to another, and it turns out they were looking to launch, you know, one of the first major Latino-focused brands in cannabis, and they heard I was the one. But how do you hear that without someone talking about you? So if you ever think that you can have the power to change someone's life, you know, you can do it, and someone can do that for you. And you have to send those flowers to get those back, you know, like you have to get it.
Absolutely. That's so beautiful. And so MOTA Glass came before the flower brand. And what was, you know, your catalyst for building that?
Oh man, the catalyst for building it, it really was working in the industry. After I graduated with my master's degree, I had my agency. Yes, girl, there it is. I love the ASMR that you did there. That was love it. Yeah, your nails do go really well with it, actually.
Right?
That's like perfect.
Sorry, I was just
it always sidetracked me too. But so we began working in the glass industry, my partner and I, because he was like, I have someone that could use your help. Because I specialize in social media marketing, storytelling, PR. And I was like coming out of grad school, and I was bringing my agency back to life, because I've had my agency Night Shift Digital since 2015, where I've been consulting and running social media accounts, building a brand's online. And I went back, got my master's in journalism, because I really wanted to hone in storytelling, because I knew that was going to be what the future was.
Yes.
And I got out of grad school, and I'm like, okay, there's this client that's in the cannabis industry that could use my help. I was like, But my partner was pushing for it because they needed operational support, like the ops that he specializes in. Because, you know. So I was like, okay, let's collab on doing this work together. And we ended up doing an amazing job together, and grew this particular business out of the water. And we were like, wow, there's something here. Like, there's something here in glass, you know? And then we found out that there were some shady things going on in the glass industry as a whole. And we had to make a decision to make, me and my business partner. Do we feed into what's going on? Do we stay silent? Or do we do something about it?
Right.
And so MOTA Glass was what we did. that's us doing something about it. We saw that there were Latino glass blowers here in the Los Angeles area who were expert glass blowers, but a lot of them were being exploited.
Yeah.
Because they are either undocumented or they just don't have the negotiation skills. They just want to get paid, right? They just are expert glass blowers. They're just here trying to get paid, and over the years, their artwork has been devalued because of mass importing of glass. And there's been a mudding of like what is American made and what's not.
Absolutely. The sourcing and where, oh my gosh. And I mean, I'm sure you've seen like all of the cannabis industry is having a huge, you know, I don't know what to call it, awakening, reckoning.
Yeah.
But there's been so much news about where things come from and what people are using and how people, you know, talk about their brands. And I think so many people are waking up to the fact that, hey, like just because some guy is goofy and, you know, fun on the internet, maybe doesn't mean always that their product is trustworthy. And It doesn't always mean that they're transparent. But like, how would an everyday person know that? They go online, they see someone, and they're like, cool, I like them. I'm going to buy their product. I'm going to, you know, trust what they have to say. And I think that's why we also see so many people who have invested so much, both money, emotion, you know, into these brands. And then for them to see like, oh my gosh, like, this isn't what I thought it was.
Yeah.
And the fact that you know, saw some issues, because it also is so easy to point a finger. And in cannabis, it's very hard to actually go and execute on something that you're upset about and that you want to see a change in. I mean,
thank you. I mean, ultimately, I hope that folks can see, you know, the things that, you know, these things as it's not easy, right? It's not easy to try and change the industry. It's not easy to help to try and inject, you know, a conscious consumerism in cannabis.
Yeah.
What you have to do is, as much as we want to just yell and scream and talk and post, you have to do the work. Mm-hmm. You have to do it. And we knew that I could have been out here and just screaming on Instagram, right? Low about your glass, go out here, ask them where it's from.
Yeah.
Or I could maybe put my thoughts and creativity into building a brand, and through the brand do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, save my voice a little bit, and I built a brand instead. That's what it is.
This is the message. I mean, when you pulled, so I want you to announce, of course.
Oh, yeah.
What are we looking at right now?
We have 12-inch 9mm beakers in stock already, but something people have been asking from us is color top for the 12-inch.
Gorgeous.
And it's been a few years now that we're like, no, we're not doing that, because we wanted to keep the color tops for the 18-inchers. However, I saw this pink. It's called Cadillac Pink, and I fell in love with it, and I was like, let's try it. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
So we just did it, and this is the result, and we're going to drop it today. I'm going to go home and announce it officially, but I wanted to make sure that you got it first. But I'm so proud about this piece. I'm proud of this piece because it's so just beautiful, 100% American made. Every single item there is American made, and it's just beautiful to be able to hold something that is made by folks that really appreciate the art.
Yeah. I mean, this is absolutely stunning. I do love
I know, me too.
A little bit of ASMR.
And that's a bong that's gonna last too. It's a real American made 9mm glass. And when you're washing it, it's not gonna just, you know, when you just tap it a little bit and it's gone. Like,
yes.
This one will last.
Do I know?
We have been there. We have all been there.
We could do a whole separate. We're both glass girls.
Yes.
I'm sure we could do a whole episode on that. But I mean, this is so stunning. Even when you pick it up, like, this baby is thick as fuck.
She's a thick girl.
Juicy.
Yeah. What I love about thick glass too is that I mean, I don't know if this is a fact, but this is just a personal thing. I feel that thicker glass doesn't hold the resin as much. I feel like they're easier to clean. That's not something that I can say is factual. That's just my own personal experience.
We can put it to the test. I can give you.
Should we test it?
I can give you bong tests. What other science you want?
I know, right? I feel like you get higher off of a MOTA glass bong. I don't know. It just seems to happen. Something about locally blown, you know? I don't know. American made, you know?
I agree. I mean, I can feel the difference of this. Like, it has weight to it. It doesn't feel, you know, like I'm going to worry about breaking it. The bowl, even, the design of the bowl is so stunning. I mean, I don't know if it's going to focus on camera, but I'll get a close up later. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I mean, if anyone has ever looked at any kind of content of mine, I am glass first. Like, I will do papers. There's certain papers that I like. I'm like, if I have to.
I know, right?
But glass just tastes better.
I think
and it gets
does
you
too.
fucking ripped. Like, you take a bong rip, and I'm like,
yeah.
What's up, world?
I'm ready to take you on now. I feel like, so I name all the strains for the Humo line, like all our strains, I name them, and I have a process for that, and it always starts with the clean bong.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so tell me more. And this is what I was gonna say earlier, and I'm just so excited for you because I'm looking at all of this stuff that you have here, and it's really just so cool to see this growth over the past few years. Like, what the fuck? You're awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. It means a lot to me.
It's your 1 year anniversary.
Yeah. Well, you know how we are. It's the month-long anniversary. It's Humo's birthday month of February. So we're just got a lot going on this month.
Yeah.
We just launched our Flechazo strain. We're gonna launch. Oh yeah. See that purple right there?
I'm gonna have to cut. Like, I don't know if you all saw my face when I opened the bag. It smells crazy, like Fruity Pebbles, but with a little bit of gas and, like, you know, that guava kind of like passion fruity. I heard someone recently describe like a pomelo, and I was like, oh, I love that for like a scent descriptor. Because it's like a little more. It's not as like I don't know, like acidic as a grapefruit. Anyway, I love this. It smells like.
So that is our limonada strain. It's actually award-winning. It won gold at the California State Fair for terpene expression. So exactly all that you're smelling and all those sensations, like that's why it won gold. And what I love about that is that this particular competition is a science-based competition. So no judges, no person there just deciding that it's the best. It literally just tested like for like more terpene expression, and so it just was more superior like against the others. And that's really just a nod to our growers. A lot of the growers over at Possible are just agriculture specialists.
That's incredible. Tell me more about the competition you were in, because that was the first state fair that included cannabis, correct?
Yes. It was the official California State Fair, cannabis competition. It was the first time they ever did it, was last year. And it felt really special because the California State Fair is known for, you know, their wine competitions, right? Cheese, like the all this agriculture.
Yeah.
Where cannabis is agriculture. You know, so where the heck are we, you know? So it was really wonderful for them to finally include cannabis. And it was done so in such a professional way. Oh, I can't wait for this.
Yes. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, I wanted to watch it because I just love it.
This is gorgeous. Sorry, I had a little bit of drool.
She drooled, guys. Yes.
Oh man, that was so tasty. What the fuck?
I know. And you hit a brand new bong with fresh strain. Like, that is one of the best experiences right there. If you guys want one of the best stoner experiences, a brand new mota with some fresh Humo, like, it's just like.
I like have so much like saliva in my mouth, and then I'm like, here, you want to hit this?
I love your saliva. Yes. Limonada saliva. Let's do it.
Let me pack you a fresh bowl.
Okay, yes. I'm all down. I'm all down for the ash and saliva. I am down.
I'm like, here's a half-ripped bowl. It's covered in my drool. Enjoy. Thanks for coming on Senna's Flowers.
It's totally fine.
No, you
roll with the punches.
You continue with telling us about the state fair.
No, it was
you a new bowl.
It was so great because you go there and they have this timeline of cannabis. And it takes you from like the BC times, and then it takes you to like the jazz era, and then like there's a little section of Mexico. So I was all like, yeah. So it was really great, and then it ends to really talking about the cannabinoids. So it was very educational, but ultimately what I loved is that it was very elevated, and it put cannabis in its rightful place, agriculture with the growers. So it was really a great experience to go up there and check out the exhibit, and to see Humo's 2 gold awards up there. So we won gold for the limonada strain and also the arroz con leche strain, which is a really, really delicious mother's milk cross. So it has a little bit of that powdery milk to it.
Yeah,
really delicious. We're so excited to see what we win this year. Hopefully we do. The grow team is just they're amazing out there. When you have a chance to go to Possible, I'm going to invite you up there. They have a state-of-the-art facility. 12 acres up in the Salinas area. And I remember when I first toured there, I was so impressed because it's brown faces there.
Yeah.
It's brown faces. It's rancheras blasting. It's the music I grew up listening to. But it's also state of the art. It's also just very impressive. They use a lot of technology that's from MIT. They use a lot of stuff that is really just so cutting edge for the cannabis industry, and I feel like what they're growing is truly the future of growing cannabis. Yeah. I love that the flower is like purpley, so it just matches perfect.
I'm like about to just I'm trying to not get distracted in my head because I'm like, what kind of cute sesh pictures
it really compliments it. I didn't plan this right here with the drink too. I mean wow.
No, I was thinking my mind, I swear I have like a color, I don't know, I just am like palettes all the time, like, and I'm looking at like the pink, the purples and the pinks, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be so cute after.
I love this strain so much. It's pink lemonade. Oh yes. Pink lemonade No. 2 crossed with the huckleberry soda. So that's where you get the soft, like, delicious candy lemon. Yeah. The terps, the top terpene here is limonene, so you get that lemon there.
So good.
It's the best. I'm going to take this bong rip right now.
Take it.
Oh, yes. I remember when we first launched Mota, we had no marketing budget, so it was just me.
That's like. I've never heard
it
that
was
before.
just, I know, right? No one ever has marketing budget, but it was just me.
What's a marketing?
And we had a social media helper, and we were just hitting bongs. That was the marketing strategy. Just hit the bong. After a few months, we became like, I don't know, like there was a way to smoke the bongs, and we started like taking notes on like the way that the smoke needs to look. And like how it needs to like this.
How it needs to bubble.
Yeah. So here's a good old MOTA Glass classic bong rip that we used to do when we first launched, when we had to show everything about the bong. Okay. Cheers.
Okay, she's taking the rip. It's really beautiful. So milky. Wow. Cleared it. I feel like a sports live feed host.
Oh, I know. Huh? She's lighting the bowl.
She's lighting the bowl.
Will she cash it? Will she? Will she clear it?
The bowl is cleared.
The bowl is cleared.
She snapped it.
This is our Super Bowl.
Goal. I think that's a different sport.
This is delicious.
We mix sports.
Did we make a sport right now?
It was a remix.
Also, like, what I love about this too is it's like a really like perfect sativa for like going out and doing things. So like hikes, walks. Mm-hmm. This is what me and Bobby smoked the other day when we were brainstorming on Latinas in Cannabis, because this organization is just growing so much, and I'm like, how can I serve all these women?
Yeah.
Limonada. Now I have the plan.
Oh my God. Okay, so would you say speaking of women and weed, I smoke on my period, obviously. What would you say of your strains is good for like a period?
So I would say that
stuff.
for cramps and anyone suffering with, symptoms of endometriosis, I would say the Masapan strain is really perfect for that.
Okay.
Masapan strain, it's a peanut butter breath cross. So it's very, very calming.
Yeah.
Very calming. I have gotten really great rest out of it.
Yeah.
I remember we dropped it around Thanksgiving time, and I remember running around all day and being like, Thanksgiving, gotta clean, right? And then I had a bowl of masapan, and then it's like the world just kind of chilled. And then I was like, it's not that important.
Yeah.
I can relax. And then I also got hungry, and it took my mind off of a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And I have never really gotten period pain until the past like year or so. And that has been something that I've started to kind of figure out how to manage, because it has never been something that was a problem up until like about a year or two ago. So I have noticed that strains that are that have the osmine really help, Yes, right?
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, they're high in osmine, really like just on it. One of the new strains that we're about to drop with Humo in the next week or so is really high with the osmine. So I was out here just like, why do I love this so much? And I look at the COA and I'm like,
wait.
Yes.
Okay. In not in past episodes, but really in like literally the last episode I think I did, we talked about osmine. And I've mentioned that I don't know what it is. I had some weed with it like forever ago, and it was like a black apple kush, and it was really high in osmine. And it was the first time I had like heard about that really, and had it like as a dominant terpene. And I was like, yo, this is absolutely magical. What is this? And why have I not had it before? Or at least like been aware. I probably have, but like, how the fuck would you have ever known?
No, absolutely. I think that, for those who smoke and then write down their feelings or like thoughts or like what they're feeling, like, to really know about shopping cannabis. I didn't mean writing their feelings down like that kind of way. I meant like what they're feeling so that they can shop better next time. But there are people who do that. I would say like if you're not looking at those terpenes, like make sure you are, because that's where it's at. The THC content. I'm really glad to see that a lot of folks are starting to learn more about cannabis and are starting to get away from just judging it by THC.
Totally.
Like now there's just an influx of people really learning about terpenes and asking for, terpene forward flower. So I think with Humo being such a terpene forward brand with, just terpy flower, we're gravitating towards more connoisseur people, if anything.
Right. Wow. That's so cool. I'm so blown away. What a magical, like, little, I don't know, like universe harmony moment. Anyway.
No, it is. But the limonada is honestly pleasant. And it never fails. I just love the purple as well. Like I've seen this strain from flowering to processing to smoking it. So I feel like I know this strain. It's very close to my heart.
Yeah.
I honestly want to drop like a shirt, like collab with like my own strain, like limonada. Like I can see some fire lemons. Cute. Like I don't know. We'll see. But I'm really excited for Humo merch. The merch shop is officially going to launch.
Exciting.
And people have been really wanting Humo merch. And it's coming. It's coming, all right? Like, it's been a long time in the works.
I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Yes, so I got you a hoodie. That's yours.
Yes. Oh, my God. I love hoodies.
You can never have enough hoodies. Who's going to be like, I have a lot of hoodies.
How many do you think you have?
I have so many that I have a different space for them. Like I put them in another area.
Do you think you have over 50?
I don't think so.
Okay, so at one point I had over 50 hoodies.
Well,
and I don't know. It was a lot of brand merch.
Yeah.
And I did have to. I was like, this has to go. No offense to anyone. I kept a lot of it. Now I feel bad saying that.
No, but it just you can't hold that much. Like
and
it's
it was
just a lot.
My own like just so much. It was crazy. Yeah. The growers. You mentioned that you felt really good going and seeing, faces that looked like your community. So I think that's something you said earlier today that I want to bring up in this podcast, because I thought it was beautiful, is you were like, you have to just go do it yourself. And if there isn't so much space for you at the table, you really have to build your own, and then the things will just fall into place.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's so brave.
It's
you kind of have to
like, honestly, people really are like, oh, Susie's so brave. She's like, I'm fucking scared every time I do things, dude. But you gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, like any time that I've done something big and risky, like most of the time I'm either having a hard time with it or I'm like crying my eyes out. Like, I'm a chillona like all day. But that's something that is a strength. I've realized I've really trusting my own vulnerability and trusting my emotions have helped kind of validate when I am doing things that are risky. And to know that, like, I'm taking the right path, you know? I think my own emotions, like, you know, kind of give me a window into, like, you know, how I really feel about a situation.
Yeah.
Because I can't fake that. But I'm glad that all these things that, despite fear, I still did, because it led me to where I am right now. So if you guys have takeaways, if something scares you, maybe you should do it.
Yeah.
Because maybe there's gold there.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. I think that that's a really good sentiment to have, but I had to bring it back up because I was like, fuck yeah, like you did that, because again, you can just sit somewhere and be like, meh.
But I did that for many years. That's the thing, is that, like, for
that's
a really
really
long time, the Susie people know right now, like, didn't exist for a while, and that's because I was a very studious person. I was a scholarship at USC. I was a former pageant girl. I was a former Miss Whittier, and I was runner-up for Miss California Latina. And so I was just always like, and I was also news. I'm a journalist at heart. I was a news reporter. I've been an anchor. I've always been a more kind of that person. Right. But I was also smoking blunts. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you do have great posture.
Oh, thank you. Like, it comes and goes, you know? Because like I said, I'm a little on the taller side. So so sometimes I'm around my shorties and I can be like this and I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. I've seen pictures where I'm like, what am I doing? So thank you. It comes and goes. When I remember, I at least shape back up again. But I think that my identity was really hard because I was very, like, quote unquote, like, clean. I was the Latina that, like, what, you know, folks wanted, but also I loved cannabis, and I didn't think that those could really be together. And I'm so grateful that now I'm realizing that that is a lie. You can be anything you want, but also I am a school-oriented person, corporate person. Yeah. But also listen to good music, and I'm also chill and smoke a lot of weed, and that's okay. And it turns out there are a lot of people like us out here, right? That we're just professionals, but also like you know, approachable and like can still hang, like, get our shit done, but also smoke, right? Yeah. So I started seeing that, like, there are people like us, and I think that the brands also speak to that because it's quality, it's no bullshit, both of them. So I'm just so grateful that that's become, like, my reputation, like, no bullshit, quality, good price, like, and what.
So I asked on Instagram if anyone had, like, a topic suggestion, and Eric Kahn actually commented.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah. And so, hey, he was asking about, you know, corporate versus farmer cannabis. And how do you navigate that now? You know, like, you're so strong in this, like, identity, and you are no bullshit. But there is a lot of bullshit out there. And so how do you navigate, you know, maybe saying no to people and setting those boundaries and being able to say, like, hey, this isn't for me, and this doesn't align with, like, my values or my ultimate goals.
Yeah. I think that people can sometimes shy away from saying no, but it's a really great power. But you also don't have to be unprofessional or rude, right? I think that sometimes being extra, like, kind and forthcoming and just honest and that is the best kind of policy. It's never gonna backfire.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that like that can be scary as well, because sometimes it can feel like people bully you to just say yes.
Totally.
Or people bully you because to bug you enough so that you kind of say something you shouldn't have and they catch you. It's like, how are people manipulating you? But if you are kind and you're respectful and then you cannot be manipulated. So I feel like that's really what I lead with, when it comes to dealing with situations that you just don't want to be a part in. Like, just, you never know who's watching. So always be super, like, be able to stand by what you're going to say.
Yeah. I love that. I think that's the best advice. Okay. So I really want to get into what's in this box.
Me too, because I haven't seen it in person either.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Susie Snacks.
Ooh.
She made this right here. She's a Latina candy maker, and I've worked with her a couple times with Humo, and she's a chamoy queen. So you guys know chamoy, right? Chamoy.
Okay.
I'm sure you've had it. You lived in LA for some while.
I've definitely had it.
Yeah, that gooey.
It's so good.
Gooey deliciousness. She's a chamoy maker, candy maker, and I saw her post these up on Instagram, and I was like, sold. I'll take a few.
Okay.
So check it out. It's gorgeous. It's a little Jolly Rancher heart that has H on it, the Humo H.
This is so cute, and next to the glass. Sorry, I'm just getting a video real quick because I'm that person. I apologize. But I don't, because it's so cute and I want you all to see it.
Yes, handmade, woman-made.
Wow.
Latina-made.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, she did an amazing job. And so it has that little wooden mallet. Yeah, dude, crack it open, literally.
Okay. You don't have to tell me twice.
I think it is sealed with the sticker, so I think we have to.
Do you have that knife?
I don't have it on me.
Just kidding.
I left my. There we go.
Oh my! This is so stunning. Wow! And there's like a little weed nug strawberry. I don't want to like have it all fall out, but wow.
Yes. So those are chamoy strawberries.
What?
Yes. And then there's that little mallet, and then it has a secret surprise inside when you break the heart.
Oh my god! Do you want one? Do you want a strawberry?
I'm good for now, but I do want to see you break it, though.
Okay, this is really like the cutest thing ever.
Break it. Breaking hearts today on Valentine's Day.
Can I be annoying? Can I ask you to get a video? Sorry.
No, yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's do it. Ready?
Oh, hold on.
Okay, we're gonna break it. We have the mallet.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can you fix your hair on this side?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This is why, that is a real, I love you. Thank you. A lot of people wouldn't have said anything. Okay, so I have an Humo mallet. We have an Humo heart, and we're gonna crack it open. Ready?
Yes.
Oh my god, this is crazy. Is this all chamoy?
That's like Jolly Rancher.
Jolly Rancher?
It's all edible, except for the mallet.
Oh my god, it is Jolly Rancher. It's like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have the Humo. This is the new, am I allowed to say it?
Yes.
Okay. Flechazo?
Yes.
Is that how you say it?
Yup.
Love it. It's a hybrid. Okay, let's open it. Oh, and there's more in here. Oh my god. No way. Is this all chamoy? Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah, I think it's like gummies with chamoy.
Jam.
With a little fork.
It's literally like, my teeth are like sticking together.
They're probably gonna be like that for the entire day.
Okay, let's smell this.
So this is high octane crossed with gelato. Flechazo, it means like a bow shot in Spanish. It's kind of like a love at first sight.
Ooh. Okay, that smells so good. My teeth are literally sticking together. This smells crazy. And it is so pretty. Wow. Look at that. Susie, this is so fun.
Yes.
All right, this is the best.
That was perfect.
This is amazing.
I'm so glad that
What a cool treat.
right,
Oh my
and
God,
and you support a small business, support a woman hustling, doing her thing. With Humo, like we try to hire and work with as many like small businesses and local vendors. Like anytime we do activations with our retail partners, we'll post up with a local vendor. We were just at Artistry in Oxnard celebrating their grand opening. And so we got like a local, like, you know, elotero.
Yeah.
And we gave out folks free stuff. Oh, that is awesome.
This is so cute. It's a little like, this is a little like strawberry weed nug.
Yeah. It's not infused. Like she did not infuse anything. Yeah.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, right. Or else, yeah. That's pretty though. That is cute. She's so talented, fun. And I just think that, like, yeah, I had to make it a campaign. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
This is so good. And shout out Artistry. I got that's where I got Humo earlier.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, shout out. We're in all 5 their shops, and they're opening more. And they're Trojan owned too. They're US. One of them is a USC alum. Mm-hmm. But we do the events there every month now.
Nice.
We just did a really fun. We did like a speed social.
Yeah.
And
that's cute.
People came out.
Yeah.
And it was all like done really well by my girl Tara from Aim and Fire. She has a whole system for speed socials and like just amazing. I just love that lounge, and I'm excited to see more lounges pop up throughout California because we need more.
Oh my God, we so do. Because I love being able to, like, I don't drink anymore. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, I'll go to bars, and now that there's, like, more beverage options and, like, people, you know, don't usually really care, at least if you have, like, a vape or something. But, I don't know. There's something different about being in, like, a space where it's, like, accepted, and you can just, like, have a joint and talk to someone. Yeah. And it's, like, cool, and you can be in, like, a fun vibey spot.
Yeah. Or they have amenities for you, like stuff to like clean, like that helps you, you know.
The amenities. Love the amenities. It really does.
Yeah. I'm really happy that so MOTA Glass is actually in a bunch of consumption lounges in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah, Rise Mandalay. Shout out Green Thumbs. So cool. Green Thumbs Industries loves MOTA Glass. We're in a bunch of their shops out in Illinois, Rise Mandalay shops, and I think people just want like good glass that's not going to break on their guests.
Right.
So I think it's just become such a like lounge like glass. And so I'm excited to see it in more lounges now.
So cool. All right. Before we go, do you have anything else in your bag that you want to share?
Yeah, let's touch on this one right here. This is the one I was telling you that's super like I really think it's a really nice indica that's like good for bedtime. Okay. People have been loving this, but people see it on the shelf and they see mazapan and they're like, and I think that that's kind of been the vibe with Humo. It's very nostalgic. And I think one of the things that we try to do is we're trying to show folks that being like Latino culture and being Latino, it doesn't end when you become a cannabis user, right? It doesn't all of a sudden like, oh, I'm putting that aside. Now I'm a stoner or now I'm a cannabis user. Like, no, you can be both. And I think this is a brand that's celebrating tradition, celebrating identity, celebrating a lot of things. So mazapan is actually a candy that a lot of us Latino kids grew up eating. It's like, I'm sure you've seen it. It's like round, brown, and it just falls apart as soon as you touch it. Love that. I remember as a kid trying to see if we could bite it. Like, who could bite it? And like, never. Always falls into a million pieces. But it's peanuts, right? It's peanut like powder. So when I tasted this strain, I saw that it was a peanut butter cross. I was like, that's a mazapan right there. So I love that we're giving people that feeling at dispensaries, the feeling of being represented, the feeling of being seen. A lot of our strains, fresas con crema, horchata, you know, the flechazo we just launched. We're just trying to make people feel seen and represented in cannabis and really hold space for us on the shelf like we've never seen before, you know? And it's also quality and a price point that's accessible because I think not everyone has the funds to just buy a ton every week, right? They're on a budget and they have to get their flowers.
Yeah.
So I think by having an accessible price point, you'll find Humo at really accessible price point all throughout the state.
Yeah.
I think that's how we're showing people that it's a people brand, you know.
Totally.
Para la raza, which is by the people for the people, you know. So, Humo, we have so much going on for 1 year.
So cool.
Like, it's so much fun. A lot of events coming.
Yay.
Like every week now. You need to come out to a MOTA Humo Bong Bar.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You love bongs. So basically,
Can
the
you
setup.
Just send me, when is the next one?
Our next one is at the Munchies Block Party with Yerba LA and Puff LA.
Okay.
This is a food fest.
Yeah,
there are
I'm down.
every kind of food that you can imagine, and then weed brands pop up and they have deals, and then we have our Bong Bar.
What?
I know, it's honestly
I want to go to this.
freaking amazing.
When is it?
We do it every month, and it's next weekend. So yeah,
can
that
I go?
one. Oh, absolutely.
I'm inviting myself.
No, please go. But we have so many events with Humo now, almost weekly now. Like, you know, Johnny Cannabis Inspired. He is doing a lot. He's our field marketing, specialist, and he does a lot of the events because there's so much to keep up with.
Yeah.
So it's cannabis events, you know, they are what they are, and I'm just like, how do we bring something that's like simple but enjoyable?
For
so
sure.
like Bong Bar all day, right?
No, I'm there for sure. Okay.
Yes, I love it. We the 1 year, like, we're celebrating the entire month. We're gonna actually have a party end of the month, so I'll let you know about that.
Yay!
But we're actually gonna be announcing something pretty big on Thursday, so just stay up on our social media. Yes, it's a big announcement on Thursday.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to know?
Or
should I say it? Okay.
This might be we can talk after. Say it.
Can we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, should I just say it anyway?
Yeah, you should just say it.
So we are launching a new line for Humo.
Stop.
Yeah, a whole new line. It's called Reserva de la Familia.
Okay.
Basically, it's inspired by Jose Cuervo. And Jose Cuervo, you know Jose Cuervo.
Yeah.
Right. Tequila. It's
For
one
sure.
of the oldest family-owned tequila brands ever. And they're also hugely successful because they've been around for so long. And so the story goes is that they used to have a special tequila that they would drink for their own family. And they wouldn't have it for sale. It was just their special stash, right? But in 1995, they decided to package small batches, only limited batches, and sell it, and that's their Reserva line. So I just love that because it's very exclusive.
Yeah.
And through our farm, I saw that they have this like R&D process that's so impressive. Like, they work with some amazing breeders all throughout the state. Bless you.
Sorry, terps make me sneeze.
It happens.
So it's just super terpy.
It is. But like, these breeders are amazing. Like, learning about weed this past year or two has been amazing because I've been a lover of weed, but I never was a grower. You never like knew that world. So like, learning about breeder relationships and the fact that like the breeder community really makes it possible for us to enjoy the strains that we have today. Like, there are strains that we wouldn't have unless it was breeders experimenting and seeing what happens, you know? Like, do you have a favorite strain?
Like, ever?
Like, just one of your tops?
That's really hard.
It is hard. It's hard. Getting harder, too, especially with,
I know. I'm trying to think of, like, my tops from last year. I really gravitated toward anything that was, like, grapey. So, like, there was a lot of grape gas on the market, and there was some that was really good. Like, Sense had some really fire weed. The pink certs from Sense was
fire.
so insane.
Oh, I'm
like, really tasty.
So, and you like grape. I'm going to get you one of our grape crosses.
Gimme.
Yeah. It's called Latina. It's a grape pie cross.
I'll swim in it. I want that.
It's yours, baby. I got you.
And then I love like the guava, like that vibe, like the passion fruit kind of taste. Like, love that. I like flavors because I feel like I love like, you know, anything garlicky too. Like it's so basic, but like GMO, like, but a good GMO is really good.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason
you get
it's
like
popular.
a sweet onion to it sometimes with like a GMO. Like I just love the different flavors. There are times where like I've smoked something and I'm like, that is an actual cookie. Like,
no, right? Like you you do start to like figure that out. And so, I mean, I'm definitely still learning and like, you know, seeing what I like, but I think those were some really good ones. And then anything living soil. So there was this strain from Josh Wax that was really good. It was like seahorse something. I don't know. That wasn't right. But it was really good. And then 710 Labs had a really good living soil grape gas. And so that was all like super specific.
Yeah. No, but like these breeders, like they go and experiment and, you know, so the R&D process over at Possible, they were creating some phenotypes that were really gorgeous, but some of them you can't grow and scale.
Right.
But so they were like, okay, gotta toss it, like can't use it. Well, we're like, wait, that's amazing flower.
Yeah.
So this Reserva line is basically us bringing super limited quantities, but of some really special phenotypes by some of the most like award-winning like breeders, like Purple City Genetics. Shout out to them. Conception Nurseries. Those are two of the breeders that we're working with for this line.
Yeah.
And we are launching it this Thursday, the 16th, with 2 strains called Neverita. And the other one is called Crema Naranja, which means orange cream. Ooh. That's the one with the osamine with it.
Ooh.
It's really delicious. I'll get you some of it. Yeah. It's the top shelf line because it's just it's different. It's limited quantities. This one, you're gonna get it. It's gonna be gone. And it comes in a really nice, like kind of like a matte black with some gold on it. Sexy. This is really for those connoisseurs, those people who know terps, who are here for that, who want to explore taste.
The flavor chasers.
Yeah, the flavor chasers. But also, this is a looker. Like for those who like really love to put their flower underneath those like, you know, those magnifying.
Okay.
Do it for this strain. So we're gonna drop it. I'll make sure to give you a sample because it's so delicious, and we did a whole video for it that's gonna drop, and we're just trying to really show folks a little bit of the Reserva, what we smoke, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be dropping, merch dropping, so much dropping. Flechazo strain, ask for it at your next little shop.
Okay, this is incredible. So everyone, you have a lot to look out for. You have glass to get. You have some flower. You're gonna have some really like good private reserve flower, like the personal stash.
The personal stash, limited quantities.
That's gonna be yummy.
Yeah, you don't want to miss the Neverita. It's called Neverita, which means little ice box in Spanish. Neverita. It's named that because of these trichomes. Yeah. So frosty. I saw the frost and I was like, that is icebox. And then I just kind of went with it. And so Neverita is that strain. Just I can't wait for you guys to see it.
That's so intentional. I really do. I'm obsessed with everything that's happening. I'm like so smacked too. And this is so good. My hands are so sticky. I'm like covered in
it's sticky. Is it the candy? Is it the weed? We don't know.
I know. It's the best. I can't tell, and that's the only way
this
to
is the best Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Just chill candy, flowers.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is such a chill, and I'm so happy to see you and your podcast just killing it and just doing your damn thing. So proud of you.
Tempting too. You know, you're doing it too. I mean, it's crazy. This is really dope. Especially the osamine thing. That's a really that's wild. Yeah. I'm really excited for that. Dope. Okay, cool. Thanks for being here.
No,
I'm in awe. This is just like years in the making.
For real. I mean, I first connected with you when I don't know, what was it? I was just trying to connect with people. It had to have been
like 2017.
Because I was just reaching out. Maybe. Yeah, I was reaching out and seeing what's up, and then I don't know. I was still kind of like more professional Suze back then, like just because I hadn't really had something like piss me off enough to like bring this side out.
But
maybe.
also,
I don't know.
I feel like now something I've been realizing is you have this space to like thrive and kind of like be more in like a comfortable energy where maybe you can like, you know, build out these like new projects and brands and, you know, win awards. I feel like you have to be in the right environment for that, and you like fought for that, and now you're just like thriving.
Trying. I think that one of the biggest things that I'm trying to do is make sure that I make time to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I think that your body tends to do it if you don't, you know, and I got a really massive headache the other day, and I was like, what is going on? And so I had my first migraine.
Ugh, I'm sorry.
And it's like I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, my body is just weird right now. Like, and I'm like, I have a massive headache and I feel sick, and he's just like, I think it's a migraine, and I know, I think that they're pretty common, but I had never gotten one. And as common as something is, until it happens to you and it's like you don't know it, I was processing it. Yeah. And I didn't understand like what the fuck was going on. Yeah. And then I got really sick, but my head, and then so I got some rest, but it was a stress-induced like migraine. Yeah. Like, bro, what? No. People assume that because you work in cannabis, then everything's chill. Yeah. Like, no.
There's a lot of work to put in, and so I'm glad though that you're figuring out how to like navigate that and, you know, manage that stress, because it does definitely present physically if you don't deal with it, you know, before it gets to that point. But all right, I want to get you home. Yes. Especially to celebrate Valentine's Day and be with your man and do, you know, cute things.
Influencer content.
Date night and your influencer content, because you have to get announcements done. This was awesome. Thank you so much for being here. What's the Instagram handle you want everyone to follow you on?
Yeah, well, be sure to follow Humo at get.humo on Instagram. Also, we have an events channel called Humo Familia. If you want to learn about our Bong Bars or all these events that we have every week, like Humo Familia is where it's at. And then Get Humo is our main page. Be sure to watch for the Reserva line drop. Also MOTA Glass, MOTA_glass for that. Also, if you're Latina in cannabis or you support Latinas in cannabis, be sure to follow our community page specifically for supporting Latinas in cannabis, Latinas_cannabis. We're doing events now. And then me, if you want to just follow up on what's going on with all the brands, follow me on Susie Greens, SUSIE Greens. And then my main Instagram that I don't put like, well, I usually have a cannabis one and I don't not so cannabis one. It's weird. I know. Because just to not have shadow ban, you know, it's cannabis life, right? My personal one is my actual name, Susie Plascencia. And those are all my channels.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for watching. Send us flowers, and happy Valentine's Day. I'm sending you all flowers, and happy anniversary. I will see you all next week. Thanks again for watching.
Yeah.